During Friday's Democratic Weekly Address, Senator Maggie Hassan pushed for an agreement that would increase spending to combat the opioid crisis by $25 billion. Greg Drugan was a young man from Derry, New Hampshire with dreams of becoming a doctor. He had a family who loved him, but Greg also struggled with a substance use disorder. Greg's father is a firefighter, responding every day to the havoc that the opioid crisis is wreaking on other families. Greg's family helped in. He got into recovery and he worked hard at it, but Greg was one of the tens of thousands of Americans who died from an opioid overdose in 2016. I am Senator Maggie Hassan. Tragically, Greg's story is too far common. In my home state of New Hampshire and all across our nation, families and communities are in the midst of devastating public health and safety challenge, the opioid crisis, and the rising use of synthetic opioids such as fentanyl is making matters worse. It's killing people faster with smaller amounts. Behind those numbers are a lost generation, moms and dads, sons and daughters, who are dying. And these losses result in a ripple effect of pain and suffering for her family, friends, and communities they have left behind. The President's Commission on Combating Drug Addiction and the Opioid Crisis has offered a string of recommendations, including expanding access to treatment, stepping up evidence-based preventive education efforts and law enforcement activities, and improving job opportunities for people in recovery. In New Hampshire, and in states across the nation, families and communities are hoping and calling for a budget agreement to include a significant increase in funding to address the fentanyl, the heroin and opioid epidemics. This is why Senate Democrats are fighting for an agreement that includes $25 billion in additional funding to combat this crisis. While it will take far more federal funding to help support those on the front lines and turn the tide of this epidemic, preventing an additional $25 billion now is an important step that we must take. We need to act because people are dying. This is not a partisan issue, and Senate Democrats stand ready and willing to work with our colleagues to fight for progress, to help those struggling get the treatment that they need, and to support all of the dedicated professionals on the front lines battling this crisis. Thank you. This is a report from the Senator Maggie Hassan.